In the absence of any other provision except prosecution, the enforcement authorities have been unable to take any action whatsoever in about 65% of their inquiries into the breaches of the Foreign Exchange Regulations Act. This is reflected in the figures of prosecution so far undertaken between 1949 and 56, when the investigation and enforcement work was with the Reserve Bank of India. About 200 cases had been investigated other than gold smuggling cases. 66 cases were put in court, out of which 60 ended in conviction and the remaining 6 in acquittal. In the absence of any provision for adjudication, no action could be taken by the Reserve Bank in respect of 140 cases. As the Reserve Bank was unwilling to handle these cases on behalf of the central government, which the bank had done for about 7 years, an enforcement unit was created in the Department of Economic Affairs on the 1st of May 1956 under a director. Since then, 832 cases have been taken in hand, out of which prosecution has been launched in about 33 cases, an investigation completed in 170 cases. In the vast majority of these legal cases, difficulties are being experienced as legal evidence is not sufficient for successful prosecution. Our experience therefore suggests that these difficulties are likely to be minimized to a considerable extent if the proposals in the amended bill to proceed against parties before an adjudicating officer is accepted. There is already an enforcement unit functioning under government with a director as its head. The bill seeks to vest him with the authority to adjudge some of the major offences and impose penalties not exceeding 3 times the value of foreign exchange involved in the violation, or rupees 5,000, whichever is more. If, however, after holding an inquiry, the director thinks that having regard to the gravity of the offence, a sentence of imprisonment is called for, he may launch a prosecution instead of dealing with the offence himself. An appeal would lie from his decision to an appellate board consisting of a chairman and another member to be appointed by the central government. This board will have both appellate and revisional powers. In clause 17 of the bill, it has been proposed that if any person fails to pay the penalty imposed by the director or the appellate board, he can be prosecuted in court. This has been suggested to make adjudication effective, particularly in respect of repatriation of foreign exchange.